Good evening and welcome to another episode of To Be a Boro Fan. I have Bernie Slaven with me now, the legend. Bernie, why are you here tonight, mate?
I'm here tonight. I've been asked to come and do a talk with Big Ron Atkinson. I'm a big Ron Atkinson fan. Tremendous manager, larger than life character, and I'm just his sidekick tonight. But I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, we're in the heart of Middlesbrough, we're here in Longlands, and I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I've not reached Ron yet because I can't get by all the Boro fans. They're all talking about Howland, we're top of the league and Leeds United, and so yeah, it's good.
Bernie, why are you a Boro fan?
I'm from Glasgow. I was brought up a Celtic fan, but I've been here going on 32 years here in Teesside. I love the area, I love the people, I love the passion, I love the surrounding area. I'm forever tweeting photos about the countryside, not in the I was going to say the foreigners, not in the Londoners, the Southerners. That's who I regard as foreigners, the Southerners. But I just love the area, and I'm passionate about the football club because I played with Middlesbrough. I was successful at Middlesbrough. I was loyal, and I just enjoy it. And my two boys are Middlesbrough fans.
Apart from yourself, Bernie, who's your all-time favourite Boro player?
Well, when I came to Middlesbrough and arrived in Middlesbrough back in 84, 85, my late father said, you must get a picture alongside Wilf Mannion. And I remember saying to my father, who's Wilf Mannion? I'm being honest, I didn't know who Wilf Mannion was. I was into Jimmy Johnson, Bobby Lennox, McNeil. But when I came, I did it used to be facing Stuart's Park, there was a pub there. Can't remember the name of it. I met Wilf in there, got a picture. Wilf signed it, my father was delighted. And thereafter I got to know Wilf. I used to have a meal with Wilf before I did the radio commentary with Ali Brownlee, God rest him. And he was a great guy and he was unbelievable. If I was to pick a player who I've read about, I've met, I've interviewed, it would be the late great Brian Clough. Unbelievable. He's everything that I want every man to be. He was turbulent, he was eccentric, he was very successful, very opinionated, and that's the guys I adore. Too many wishy-washy, sheep-like figures in the world today. I'm certainly not one, and I don't like anybody who is.
What's your all-time favourite game, Bernie, as a Boro fan?
As a Boro fan or as a player?
You pick.
As a player, many great memories, but I'll be doing a bit tonight, and my greatest memory, and I asked my late father this, what was his greatest memory, because he used to come down and watch me, was relegating Chelsea. The Aristocrats of London, they had big names in that team, they fancied themselves over a two-leg affair, and we relegated them. And they were a different.
It was a different setup then.
It was a harder setup, but we relegated them in their own backyard. For me, that was unbelievable. Greatest day as a Boro fan, winning the Carling Cup.
Did you get out the ground safe that day, Bernie, when you relegated Chelsea?
No, we were locked behind for an hour or two, and we couldn't come back on the pitch to celebrate because the hoodlums of Chelsea ran on, got onto the pitch. I was last off that, I'll tell the story tonight. But that's a great memory.
What's your all-time favourite Boro goal? One you've scored yourself or you've seen somebody else score, Bernie?
The one that comes to mind is Emerson when he hit it with outside his foot and it veered top corner at Sunderland. That was a wonder goal. Giannino had many great goals. Ravanelli, the best celebration I've seen. People talk about me on the fence. That was adrenaline. My favourite was Ravanelli. The shot over his head, it was unique, it was different. He had a body proud to show that six-pack. So yeah, my own goals, every goal I scored in the derby games, and I scored a few against Newcastle, the 4-1 game, when we could have got relegated, and Newcastle United were going to get promoted, and we stopped them for achieving that. That was a glorious day, and the two goals for Marcelini and Baird were dream goals.
What's your all-time favourite Boro away day, Bernie?
All-time favourite Boro away day. Well, the cup final was the best. Obviously, the UEFA Cup final, I was privileged and honoured to be there, working with Ali, God rest him. And although we get thumped on the day, but the whole process of going through 2 years of Europe, getting to a European final, Swartzer saving the penalty in Manchester City to get us into it. Those were dream days, and that was a golden period of Middlesbrough's 140-year history.
On yourself, Bernie, what was it like being part of the first Boro team to get to Wembley?
Yeah, I mean, there's many great players. We mentioned Mannion and Hardwick and Clough and Fenton and Camsell, all great players for not just Middlesbrough, for England and Great Britain. None of them got to Wembley. Can't believe that. And we did. People say it wasn't the most glamorous competition, it was the Zenith Cup. But hey, I remember going to the Tall Trees. It used to be a nightclub for you younger viewers. It used to be a nightclub. And I came out about 3, 4 in the morning. I didn't drink, I still don't drink. I drove round the perimeter and I thought U2 in their heyday were coming. They were queuing right round all the whole of Teesside, or run about Ayresome Park, and I thought, wow. And on the day there was a capacity crowd, 70,000, 80,000, half were Middlesbrough fans, and that was an indication what it meant to the people of Teesside. Apologies, we couldn't do the business on the day. I think it was a poor spectacle, not a game for the purists, and we get beat with a Tony DeRigo free kick. I seen Stephen Pears, last year I was interviewing him, and I said, Pearsy, as a joke, I says, Pearsy, I've looked at the video over and over again, you should have saved it. And he bowed his head, he went, I've watched it, I should have moved my feet quicker. It was a joke, it wasn't Pearsy's fault. It wasn't Pearsy.
Bernie, what's your all-time favourite Boro kit?
Boro kit? Oh, there's been some dodgy ones recently, I have to say. Yeah. I liked the one, I think it was before I came, when it was just a plain line in the shot, the red in the band. I liked that, it was a nice material. Especially if you're kinky, it was a lovely material. A few of my mates would have loved it. But I liked the ICI with the circular ICI, and yeah, all the home strips were great back then.
What's your saddest day as a Boro fan, Bernie?
Well, there's been many sad days. I've watched relegation in the present day, and I was relegated a couple of times myself. I remember going to Sheffield Wednesday, Big Ron, I think, managed Sheffield Wednesday, not at that time, but over his career. And to get relegated last day of the season, don't forget there wasn't the money bobbing around. There was a lot of local lads still involved in that time, and there was a few injuries to big names like Gary Hamilton, Gill, and we just couldn't stay up. That was a torturous day.
Your funniest moment as a Boro fan or as a Boro player, Bernie?
Good evening, sir. Sorry. Thank you. Sorry.
Your funniest moment as a Boro fan or player?
Say it again.
What's your funniest moment as a Boro fan or a Boro player?
Funniest moment? Oh, you've just caught me well. But the funniest moment for me must be showing my bum in Ben's window. How will I ever get dragged into that scenario?
You said it.
Again, it was Ali who coaxed and cajoled, and he knew what I was all about, and he raised the bait, and I went for it, and lo and behold, I ended up showing my backside in Ben's window in front of a few thousand people. I quite enjoyed it. I think the people did really as well. So that was one that sticks in the memory as well.
And out of all the teams that come to the Riverside now, Bernie, which side do you like to see us beat the most?
Well, obviously, you can't beat derby games. I'm from Glasgow, I know about derby games. I love the derby games down here. There's a saying, the guy that's fortunate enough in the modern world to have a job goes to his work happy. I think that's a genuine saying, and whenever we beat Newcastle or Sunderland, fantastic. Obviously, none of them's in our division at the minute, but hopefully we'll be mixing with them fairly soon, and they would be the ones I kind of see by they too.
And finally, Bernie, what makes our club special?
Our club's special. We're a small community. We're made with steel. Obviously, we've got a history of steel all around the world, Australia included. And there's just a great history. And I think the people are just down to earth. There's no edge to them. They work hard. They like a drink. They love the football. And that's what the majority of people. That's why we're here on earth, innit?
Bernie, thanks for coming on Boro Fan TV.